the highest upside? Who has the highest floor? Several different groups of players throughout your fantasy drafts. We'll discuss it right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Hello, everybody. Hello, Chris Towers. Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Adam Azer. Thanks for listening, everyone. Let's get into the subject of today's show. I'm going to cover the ones that we did not get to on our full-length show. I'm going to give Chris a group of players. He's going to tell me who has the highest upside and the highest floor. And if it's ever the same person, that's the guy you should draft. Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, Courtland Sutton, Odell Beckham. They are lumped together in ADP right now. Claypool, Juju, Sutton, and Beckham. Who has the highest floor? Highest upside?
I think the highest upside, I want to say Chase Claypool because he's a rookie who can make a lot of big plays, but I'll say Chase Claypool. Yeah, because I think there is a chance that he emerges as the number 2 wide receiver on the Steelers. He overtakes Juju Smith-Schuster in the hierarchy. And, if Ben Roethlisberger is more willing to sit in the pocket, take his chances down the field, I think Chase Claypool would obviously be the biggest beneficiary on that offense. So I think there is a chance he takes a big step forward. I'm skeptical that Big Ben's going to be able to do that.
So it's Claypool, Juju, Sutton, and Beckham. Who has the lowest floor? Or the highest? The lowest floor is probably Beckham. Who is the highest floor?
I think that's probably Juju, just because his role in that offense, the way it was last season, how much they used him, how often they threw it to him. I do think there's a chance he takes a step forward, rediscovers some of that upside that he had back when Antonio Brown was there. But even if he doesn't, he's going to have a lot of targets. He's going to have a high PPR floor. And even if they use him the same way as last season, you'd be okay with that because it meant so many targets, even if, he was averaging like 8 yards per catch.
Do a few more wide receivers here. Laviska Shenault, Brandon Cooks, Curtis Samuel, and Marquise Brown. Who has the highest upside? Shenault, Cooks, Curtis Samuel, Marquise Brown.
I think highest upside is Brandon Cooks. We saw that last season, especially after the first 3 or 4 games. He really took off, effectively became Deshaun Watson's number 1 wide receiver, especially down the stretch. It depends on Deshaun Watson. I think there's a pretty low chance that Watson's going to play at all this season. I think there's an almost 0% chance he plays the whole season. But when he's on the field, if he's on the field, I think Cooks clearly has the highest upside of this group. He could be a top 12 wide receiver.
And who has the floor, highest floor? Shenault, Cooks, Curtis Samuel, Marquise Brown.
I kind of think it's Curtis Samuel. It's obviously we don't know how Washington's going to use him. I would assume he's going to have some kind of role in the running game, and I think that's going to help him have that high floor because he's just going to be involved in the offense in so many different ways. I think he's, a good downfield wide receiver. He's a good short area wide receiver. The downfield, we haven't seen a lot of it in games, but that was because the 29 Panthers had some of the worst QB play in the NFL. He was open down the field constantly. So I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to really like throwing to him. He's going to be the clear number 2 option in that offense, an offense that ran a ton of plays. So Curtis Samuel for me, because of all that, is the high floor guy here.
And now we'll do some mid-round running backs. Michael Carter, Trey Sermon, Damian Harris, and Melvin Gordon. Michael Carter, Trey Sermon, Damian Harris, Melvin Gordon. What's so funny?
Once you get past like the top 15 at running back, highest floor doesn't really stops mattering so much. Like, I don't know if any of these guys have any kind of floor. But as far as highest upside, I kind of think the answer to both might be Melvin Gordon. If he stays as the lead back for the Broncos all season, we saw last season, he was a solid starting running back. I'm not sure. I guess maybe Trey Sermon, if he becomes the lead back for the 49ers, could be really good, but I don't think the passing game role is going to be there. Harris, same thing. Carter, I'm just not sure they're going to trust him to be a 3-down back, given how little he was used in that role in college. So I think Gordon is the only one of these guys who has, both the floor of being a 3-down back and the upside to be someone who catches 50 passes, rushes 240 times, and can be a goal line back. So I think actually out of this group, Carter, Sermon, Harris, and Melvin Gordon, I think Gordon has both the highest floor and the highest ceiling.
All right, that is Chris Towers. I'm Adam Azer. This has been Fantasy Football Today in 5. We'll talk to you tomorrow with another episode.